Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar. Here, let's talk about digital resources to develop receptive language skills. Our speakers are Daniel Meida, Vilmita Saravia, Silvita Chancusi, and my person, Carolina Carrera. If you have a question or if you have a comment, you can write it on the comments box and we're gonna answer your questions or we're gonna answer your comments. Thanks a lot to be here. And now let's start with this free webinar. Okay, let's start. First, I'm gonna start with the introduction and I'm gonna talk first about digital resources. What is a digital resource? Digital resource refers to any type of information or media that is stored or transmitted in a digital format, such as on a computer or the internet. This can include text documents, images, audios, and video files, and data sets too. That is digital resource. Digital resource refer to any type of information or media that transmit in a digital format. That is they actually increasingly important in academic research as they allow for quick and easy access to a wide range of information for various sources. What is a digital learning or how we can develop it through digital resource? A digital learning is the process of being a participant of a teaching of any topic through the use of technology and most of the time using the internet. Digital learning can take form in a blog, a video, a real-time lecture or seminar, or even just an audio file. Actually, as a teacher, we can use a wide information that you can find in the internet. There are a lot of information in so many websites that we can use. What are the advantages to the teachers? As teachers, we have a lot of advantage if we use technology or digital resources in our classes. First one, teachers have access to vast amounts of information, including educational websites, online libraries, and multimedia content. Second, digital resources allows teachers to adapt instructions to meet the individual needs of students. As a teacher, we need to respond to the different needs of students. We need to find the specific website that we can use to adapt this or needs students. Number three, interactive digital tools such as educational games, simulations, and multimedia presentation can captivate students' attention and make learning more engaging and enjoyable. That is so interesting for students. Why? Because we can engage them in the learning teaching process through different websites or through gamification in our classes that is so beautiful for them and they love work through this manner. And number four, digital resources facilitate collaboration among students through online discussion forums, collaborative documents, and virtual classroom. Now, in the virtual education, we can use different websites that the students can share the information or can make virtual classes to share information between them, or they can make collaborative works through an app that is easy now connect with other students in around the world in wherever part that we have that we are. Okay, now let's talk about types of digital resources. We have two kinds of digital resources. Internet resources, obviously that we need to connect on the internet, and offline digital resources that we can't need to connect on the internet. Internet resources that we have websites, blogs, forums, or chat rooms, search engines, online libraries, and databases. And we have two offline digital resources that we don't need the internet, like photos or images, videos, and audio recordings. Okay, let's talk about internet resources. For example, websites. Websites. Now, as a teacher, we have a wide range of information that we can find on the internet, different apps, different websites, education websites that we can use in our English classes. This kind of teach is a enjoy for our students, and a website is any site that you can navigate to on the internet. Website can be educational, instructional, entertaining for our students, and descriptive and are also commonly used to sell products and service. Website is a part on the internet that you can use and adapt for the needs of our students on our class. Blogs. We can use blogs too. Blogs are only journals where people record their thoughts, activities, or opinions about different subjects. Although blogs can be full of helpful information, travel blog, for example, they can also be creative and maintain a narrative based on the author's lives. Blogs. Here is a manner to teach our students to interchange information with others students around the world. It's a good manner to teach another language. Noun, forums or chat rooms. Forums and chat rooms are virtual spaces online where people can get together to ask questions, seek advices, and share information about different topics. Through forums, we can use to practice writing with other students of other schools or in other countries, and they can share information about different topics that they like. Search engines. Search engines are tools for looking up information on the internet, like Google, for example, by searching for specific keywords or phrases. Search engines could be Google or Firefox too. And the students, there are now educational websites or search engines where students can find information, academic information that they can use to complete a paragraph or to make an essay that is so useful for them. Online libraries and databases. These resources are exactly what they say on the tin. Online libraries and databases are places where you can find books and other materials, such as journals, academic articles, and newspaper online. Online libraries is useful for our students to look for academic information that you can use to share with others or investigate some topic that they need to complete a homework or to make essays to develop the writing skill too. It's so useful to use it. And now we have two offline digital resources. We don't need to connect on the internet to explore it or to use it. For example, photos or picture or images. Photos and other kinds of images are digital. We can take a picture with our cell phone or with our camera, and we can use it to adapt our educational material, or the students can use for a homework or share with the classmate in academic context. We can use videos that they are create using electronic technology such as smartphones or video cameras. Students to develop or speaking skill, they can use it to record them speaking in English and talking about different topics. This is useful for them too. And finally, audio recording and music. Similar to videos, music and other audio recording are also created using electronic technology. Audio recording they can use to develop speaking skill too. They can record their voice and are talking about a topic in English, and they can share it with the teacher or with their classmates. Now there are different websites that they can upload them, upload the recording, and the classmate or the teacher can listen it. These kinds of offline digital resources, we don't need internet, but we can save in our cell phones or in our computer, and we can add it in different kind of documents that we can share with our teachers. Okay, and now that is about digital resources. Remember, digital resources are so important now to develop our teaching learning process. As a teacher, we need to engage our students in the digital process to where we involve the technology. Okay, and to finish it part, let's watch a video about digital resources. Okay, everyone, let's watch a video about digital tools for online learning.
The ideal online learning experience starts with clear learning goals, dynamic activities, and supportive digital tools. The slide deck we've created, called Digital Tools for Online Learning, is meant to be a resource for educators looking to move more of their instruction online and to hopefully inspire some creative new approaches to teaching and learning. The tools we've highlighted here are divided into three categories that serve to boost 21st century skills like communication, collaboration, and creativity, while also supporting teachers' efforts to use assessments to inform instruction.
Okay, here that you can check in this video, we can use the digital resources to connect and communicate, and we have different apps that we can use to connect and communicate our students, collaborate and create. That is so important too, because here we have a lot of websites or apps that our students can use to create and to apply and reinforce the skill that we learn in the English classes. And we have practice and access to where they can practice with other students. He will can use a quiz through different apps too that we can find on the internet too. Remember, we can use our digital resources to connect and communicate, collaborate and create, and practice and access. Let's continue.
In the first section, Connect and Communicate, we feature some of our most popular tools for live video conferencing and pre-recording lessons. Now, whether you're just getting started with virtual classroom meetings, or you're looking for more tips and tricks to help make your future meetings and lessons more engaging, we've got some resources that can help.
Okay, the resources that we can use to connect and communicate, here we have Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Flipgrid, and a lot of resources that we can use to connect and communicate our students to develop a collaborative groups or make forums, or they can connect to share information about their likes, and it helps us to develop a speaking skill because they are going to talk in English to share this information. This kind of apps we can use to connect and communicate our students with other students, and they can help it to develop each skill.
This section also includes tutorials on two screencasting tools that can assist you in developing high quality pre-recorded video lessons. The second section focuses on digital tools to support collaboration and creativity. Online learning shouldn't just act as a replacement for traditional paper pencil tasks, nor should it rely on students simply consuming media.
Okay, here we have collaborate and create. As a teacher, we need to create the educational material that share with our students, and we can engage our student in the teaching learning process. We can use as a teacher and as a student too. We can use too a Canva, Padlet, Anchor, Book Creative, and on the internet we can. Find a lot of websites that we can use to create content for our students or to create quizzes for our students. Now on the internet, we have a wide range of information of websites that we can use to create a material to share with our students. For example, here we have Canva. Canva is is a funny form to create our material, and here we can share information with them to in an interactive form. As a student, they can create to develop some slides to share in a class, or they can create their own quizzes and to share with their classmates too. And we have a wide range of information and apps that we can use to create and collaborate with others too, because we connect while we are working or we are creating material for our students, or the students we are creating material for the class. They are connect with others, and they can share information and they can create their own material. That is so useful for our students and for our teachers too.
i.e., practice games and watching videos. The tools highlighted here will help level up your online classroom with options for designing, creating, thinking, and building while increasing connection and encouraging collaboration with peers. The third section of our digital tool doc addresses a critical question for online teachers. That is, how can I enable these digital tools to support formative assessment? So here we focus on a bunch of engaging options for gamification.
Okay, now finally we have here practice and access. That is the funny part that we can share with our students to engage them. Here we have Kahoot, Quizzes, Kami, Quizless, Gimjet, Puzzle. We have a lot of websites that we can use as a teacher to share with our class, with our students, and we can create a lot of quizzes or funny material to share with our students, but they can practice and access their teaching learning process too. I love work with quizzes. Quizzes is a interesting program that we can or app that we can share with our students, that we can share with different teachers and connect between them to create it. That is interesting and so fun, entertaining for my students. Kahoot is similar to quizzes too. Quizlist is similar to quizzes and Kahoot, and these kind of apps help us to practice our students and assess them. We can check if then are learning and are following the teacher learning process too. And this is a funny for to make a feedback with our students. That is important. We can use this kind of apps or websites to check or to assess our students in a good form, in a way where they learn and they fun while they are learning too.
Tools, for fun quiz competitions and options for embedding assessments right into a lesson that can then inform your later instruction. There are so many digital tools available to support your efforts to provide online learning for students. We know it can be overwhelming. Our hope is that this jam-packed resource will help you narrow your focus on only technology that supports those important skills, that can enhance and extend the learning experience for your students, and tools that will help you manage your workflow too. So we encourage you to review this comprehensive document. Here are a few examples of some of the pages. It's packed with high quality video tutorials and some supplemental links that can hopefully spark ideas for use in your online classroom.
Okay, now actually, as a teacher, we have a wide range of information and websites that we can use to share with our students and to follow our teaching learning process. That is so important as a teacher to develop our English class using the technology because it helps our student engage in the teaching learning process and they learn to each and develop each skill. Remember, digital learning resources are used for education in many ways and implemented in different forms. In traditional classroom, digital learning resources are used as supplements to the primary course content, while in virtual learning, the digital resource actually make up what is the content of the class. I think as a teacher that is important to combine the traditional classes with the virtual classes that we learned because it's important to use now the technology and this kind of websites to learn our students, to teach our students what they can learn and develop each skill. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And now let's continue with Danny.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, let's continue with the next topic, which is designing reading activities. Okay, first of all, I want to highlight the importance of reading activities for our students in class. There are lots of reading activities that can be used in class, and they offer several significant benefits for students, as we know. One of these benefits is language development. Yes, as we know, reading activities enhance vocabulary acquisition. Students can acquire more vocabulary, and with this vocabulary, they can develop their comprehension and language skills. The exposure to a variety of text helps students understand new words, phrases, and sentence structures, leading to improved communication skills. Another important uh, part of reading activities is the critical thinking. Critical thinking is engaging with reading materials. Students can analyze, evaluate, interpret information. These reading activities promote critical thinking skills by prompting students to question, infer, and draw conclusions from the text. Another really interesting part from reading activities is comprehension skills. Reading activities help students develop comprehension strategies such as summarizing, predicting, making connections. These skills enable students to understand and retain information from the text, enhancing overall comprehension. Cultural awareness and empathy. Reading diverse texts exposes students to different cultures, perspectives, and experiences. By exploring characters, settings, and themes from various backgrounds, students develop empathy, tolerance, and cultural awareness. Academic success. Proficient reading skills are essential for academic success across all subjects. Reading activities support students in accessing and understanding content from textbooks, articles, and other academic resources, leading to improved performance in school. Lifelong learning. Encouraging a love for reading fosters the habit of lifelong learning. By engaging in reading activities, students develop curiosity and knowledge, exploration, and self improvement that extends beyond the classrooms. Another important apart from reading activities is creativity and imagination. Reading stimulates creativity and imagination in our students to imagine worlds, characters, and ideas. Reading activities inspire students to think creatively, visualize stories, and express themselves through writing and other artistic mediums. As we know, reading activities also are used for information literacy. Reading activities teach students how to locate, evaluate, and use information effectively. Students learn to navigate various types of text, including print and digital resources, and develop skills for discerning incredible resources and evaluating information for accuracy and relevance. Okay, so as we can notice, the reading activities helps a lot our students to learn new vocabulary, to uh, improve their creativity, to have more independence in learning. For example, when they want to learn something, they some of students look for information on internet, and it is not necessary for them to listen to the teacher. They just want to learn more, and this is because they like reading. um, in this kind of activities that we have here in internet, we have some which are, for example, Google Docs. Google Docs is a versatile tool for creating and sharing reading activities, worksheets, and collaborative documents. Yes, and we have here another important reading tool, which is Padlet. Padlet is a digital bulletin board where you can create interactive reading activities. It is very useful, and we know that these all of these are really interesting for students because they are interactive. Kahoot and Quizlet, they are platforms for creating quizzes, flashcards, and interactive learning activities. We have another really powerful, um, which is Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle allows you to add interactive elements to videos, making it a valuable tool for reading comprehension activities. Socrative. Socrative is a real-time assessment tool that lets you create quizzes and polls for reading comprehension. Nearpod. Nearpod is an interactive lesson platform where you can create engaging lessons with various content types, including reading materials. Newsela offers a library of news articles at various reading levels, making it an excellent resource for reading comprehension activities. Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a video discussion platform that allows students to record video responses to, to reading prompts. Peer it's an interactive presentation tool that can turn static slides into engaging lessons, reading passages and questions. Book widgets. Book widgets provides a library of interactive exercise that can be customized for reading activities. Okay. So, incorporating reading activities into the teaching learning process is only it not only enhances students' academic skills, but also nurtures their intellectual, social, emotional development, preparing them for success in school and beyond. They provide students scenery to solve problems also. and they help students to learn more, to acquire English skills, and to develop their skills inside the class and outside the class when they want to practice vocabulary, when they want to practice language, when they communicate with other people. Okay, and that's all, my dear Carito.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Now let's continue with Silvita.
With
Perdón,
me.
con Vilmita.
Okay, no worry. Okay, my turn. I'm going to say something about the importance of teaching listening with technology tools. Okay, and we have the importance of teaching listening with technology tools in educational settings has been increasingly recognized due to the numerous benefits they offer for enhancing language with learning and comprehension skills. And here are some of the key reasons why incorporating technology tools in teaching listening is important. Let's continue with the next. Okay, yeah. For example, number one, we have access to authentic materials. What is this? The technology provides access to a wide range of authentic listening materials, such as podcasts, new broadcasts, and interviews, which can help learners understand real life language use. This exposure is crucial for developing listening comprehension skills and for familiarizing students with various accents, speeds of speech, and colloquial language. Another we have, for example, interactive and engagement is very important. Interactive listening platforms and applications can significantly increase student engagement through quizzes, games, and interactive transcript learners that actively participate in their listening practice, making the learning process more engaging and effective. As we have listened before in the previous presentation, of these tools are very crucial to use. Next, we have individualized learning. What is? Technology allows for personalized learning experiences. Students can work on their own pace, choose content and interest them, and repeat difficult sections as needed. This individualized approach helps cater to diverse needs and learning speed for students. For example, when students are learning to identify the lyric of a song, at the first time they are not going to get, but if they are going to repeat and repeat more times, they are going to at the end they are going to get this. That is important in the individualized learning because they increase their confidence by themselves. Next, we have a listening skill development. What is this? Technology tools often come with features designed to specifically enhancing listening skills. For example, softwares that can slow down audio without distorting it. It can help learners understand speech more clearly. Similarly, tools that offer automated transcription can aid in developing listening and note-taking skills simultaneously. It's very important. Okay. Next, we can mention the integration of listening with other subjects, other skills. Many tech tools integrate listening practice with development of other language skills such as reading, speaking, and writing. For instance, responding to what they have listened to in writing or speaking can help students process and retain the information better. As we know, any of this activity is learning by isolation. They are linking all of them. And next, we can mention the feedback and assessment. The technology can provide immediate feedback on listening tasks, which is vital for learning. Automate systems can assess a learning's understanding of a listening piece and offer corrections or suggestions for improvement, facilitating a more effective learning cycle. What about the accessibility? Technology makes learning more accessible to everyone, including learners with disabilities. Is so important because every person around the world has access to education, and of course, there is a receptive skill in order to be developed by the learners with disabilities. These materials can be accompanied by subtitles or visual aids to support students with hearing impairments, and the flexibility to tech tools can accommodate various learning styles and needs. Don't forget that every activity, every tool we are going to use is according to the student's need, as mentioned before my colleagues. And other step or the importance to mention the importance of the listening with tools, we have global perspectives. Through technology, learners can easily access listening materials from around the world, exposing them to different cultures, ideas, and perspectives. This global exposure is invaluable for developing a broader understanding and appreciation of the world, enhancing cultural competence alongside listening skills. And we can say those, sorry, incorporating technology tools into teaching listening not only enhances the effectiveness of language learning, but also prepares students to navigate the digital world proficiently as technology and continue to evolve its role in education, particularly in developing critical listening skills, is likely to grow even more significant. And we are going to check some of these tools that we can the students use. For example, we have Audacity. Is an open source audio editing software that allows you to record and edit. Another, we have Vocaro, well now used for students, is handy for creating short audio prompts or sample conversations for listening exercises. Another tool, SoundCloud, lets you upload and share audio files. And also we have YouTube, the most useful or well known by most of people around the world. It allows you to create and edit videos for listening activities. Also, we have Google Forms that it allows you to create quizzes and survey, including audios. And for example, Quiz Live, it is a collaborative game that incorporates listening and vocabulary practice. And yeah, as mentioned before, we have Nearpod, interactive presentation platform that lets you add audio, video quizzes, and polls to your lessons. Padlet, digital canvas where you can post multimedia content, including audio, clips, images, and videos. And the last I can mention now about podcasts is a free podcast app that lets you explore and subscribe to podcasts for listening practice. And that's the all that I can mention about the importance teaching tools for listening skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Vilmita. Okay, now let's continue with Silvita.
Okay, now, yes. Okay, now, I'll continue with the conclusion about this meeting. Yes, that's important understand about the receptive language. The receptive language is the input of language, the ability to understand and comprehend spoken language that you heard or read. Introduction to receptive language skills. Receptive language skills involve the ability to understand and integrate the spoken and writing language. And I say the students that's very important to understand when they hear and read, and it's the same time when the writing is language. It is a crucial aspect of language development that forms the foundations for effective communication and comprehension. Next, please. Continue. You help me with the next. Okay. Okay, in this case, receptive language skills, you can continue with the different manners, the following directions, understanding what gestures mean, answering questions, identify objects and pictures, reading comprehension, understanding a story. There are several factors that influence receptive language development, including exposure of language, the quality of the language environment, and individual difference, language processing, children who are surrounded by language, people engaging in conversation and interacting with them. Okay, next, please help me.
Espérate un momento. Ya.
Yes, okay, I continue with the important or development receptive skills. In this case, I have 3 points for to review. And remember, here are some ways about to improve receptive language skills. Number one, okay, foundation receptive language skills are essential for academic success and social interaction. Number two, impact of learning. Strong receptive skills lead to improved reading, writing, and crucial thinking abilities. Three, professional advantages, enhances employability and career growth by facilitating effective communication. And we have books and audiobooks to reading is a great way to increase vocabulary and improve listening skills. Listening to audiobooks is another way to improve auditory processing skills. For example, the listening games, play listening games such as Simon Said, that's very easy to play with the students in the classroom. Other conversation encouraged with the students is to pay attention to speech to others. Visual, use visuals such as pictures or videos to help your child understand spoken language. And finally, I consider the gestures and facial expressions. Use gestures and facial expressions when speaking to help illustrate the meaning of the words. Point of the gestures and facial expressions to others in the pictures to help your child understand the meaning behind them. And we have everyday opportunities for to teach in these days. Okay, now I continue with digital resources for improving listening skills. Number one, podcast. Listening to podcasts on diverse topics can enhance comprehension and vocabulary. Audiobooks. Access to a wide range of audiobook sites aids in developing listening skills. Three, online courses, interactive audio bases. Courses can improve listening and comprehension abilities. In this case, if you suspect that your child may you need additional help, speech language therapy is highly effective in improving receptive language skills. A speech language pathologist will be use a variety of informal or formal assessment to determine the specific receptive language weakness. Now, next, digital resources for improving read skills. Ebooks, access to digital reading materials that support reading fluency and comprehension. Reading apps, interactive reading apps offer engaging content to improve reading skills. Online libraries, virtual libraries provide a vast collection or resources for reading enhancement. Okay, about what is expressive language. In the expressive language is output of language to ability to express you want and need through verbal or not verbal communication. Yes? Okay, now to continue with the reading. Digital resources for improving comprehension skills. I have three options. I read the first. Interactive games. Engaging games designed to enhance comprehension skills in a fun and interactive ways. Next, graphic novels, visual storytelling aids in understanding complex narratives and characters development. And finally, reading comprehension tools. Specific tools aim at improving reading comprehension skills for the age groups. Okay, now remember, we have difficult pronouncing language may struggle with the following, as in maybe questions, naming objects, using gestures, using facial expressions, making comments, vocabulary, syntax in grammar rules, semantic words, semantic meaning, and morphology forms of the words. In this manner, is necessary to improve the expressive language. Now, continue. Conclusion and key takeaways. One, practice regularly. Consistent practice is key to in changing receptive language skills. Second, utilize varied resources. Exploring diverse digital resources can provide a well-rounded approach to improvement. And finally, track progress. Monitoring improvement can motivate for the development of language skills. In conclusion, we need to improve the use of the language skills with expressive language therapy. Maybe the students need about the students we have the special necessities in these days for complete this activity. Okay, now for to finish this activity, these presentations now, and share the videos for to understand the better way the resources skills. Now I continue my partner share the
Okay,
videos with to watch.
For effective communication. In this presentation, we will explore how to teach receptive skills. One of the primary reasons why receptive skills are significant in language learning is that they provide learners with the ability to comprehend and understand spoken and written language. Listening and reading are essential for receiving and processing information, which is the foundation for effective communication. Without strong receptive skills, learners may struggle to understand conversations, lectures, or written texts, hindering their overall language proficiency. Furthermore, receptive skills also support the development of other language skills, such as speaking and writing. Effective communication is a two-way process, and being able to understand and interpret incoming information is crucial for expressing oneself adequately. By honing their listening and reading skills, learners can expand their vocabulary, improve sentence structure, and enhance their overall language competence. In addition to facilitating comprehension and supporting language development, receptive skills also contribute to the cultural and contextual understanding of a language. Language is closely tied to culture, and by exposing themselves to authentic audio and written materials, learners can gain insights into the customs, traditions, and values of a particular community. This cultural awareness is essential for effective communication and helps learners to navigate real-life situations in foreign language contexts. Moreover, receptive skills play a vital role in enhancing learners' critical thinking and analytical abilities. When listening or reading, individuals are exposed to different perspectives, arguments, and ideas. By actively engaging with these materials, learners can critically evaluate the content, assess the credibility of sources, and form their own opinions. This ability to think critically and analyze information is not only essential for language learning but also for broader academic and professional endeavors. To develop and improve receptive skills, learners must engage in immersive language experiences that provide authentic listening and reading opportunities. This can be achieved through activities such as listening to podcasts, watching movies or TV shows, reading books, articles, or newspapers, and engaging in conversations with native or proficient speakers. Additionally, using technological tools and language learning apps can supplement traditional learning methods and enhance receptive skills development. Now we jump to teaching receptive skills through listening. Number one, skills for receptive information focus on key vocabulary. Teach relevant vocabulary before listening activities. Play the audio twice and let learners take notes before answering questions. Similarly, encourage learners to share their thoughts on what they heard. Use open-ended questions to promote critical thinking and reasoning. And listening in real world, use authentic audio materials such as podcasts to expose learners to natural spoken English and improve their listening skills. Now you may ask how to teach receptive skills through reading. Teaching receptive skills, including reading comprehension, is a crucial aspect of language learning. Reading not only enhances vocabulary and comprehension skills, but also fosters critical thinking and cultural awareness. Teach learners to skim through the text to get a general idea and scan to find specific information. Provide questions to help them focus on key details. One of the most effective ways to develop reading skills is through extensive reading. This approach involves students reading a large volume of material at a comfortable level and for pleasure. Extensive reading exposes learners to a wide range of language structures, vocabulary, and topics, thereby enhancing their reading comprehension and language acquisition. To incorporate extensive reading into the classroom, teachers can provide a variety of reading materials, such as graded readers or simplified versions of popular novels. These materials should be tailored to the student's language proficiency level to ensure engagement and understanding. Additionally, teachers can allocate regular class time for independent reading and encourage students to maintain a reading journal to reflect on their reading experiences. Using authentic materials in reading instruction is another effective strategy for teaching receptive skills. Authentic materials refer to texts that are created for native speakers and reflect real-life language use. By exposing students to authentic materials such as newspapers, magazines, or online articles, they are exposed to diverse writing styles, vocabulary, and cultural contexts. To implement the use of authentic materials, teachers can select age-appropriate texts that match the students' interests and learning objectives. These materials should be challenging yet accessible, providing opportunities for students to expand their linguistic knowledge and develop critical thinking skills. Furthermore, teachers can guide students in analyzing and understanding the content, encouraging them to discuss and share their interpretations. Incorporating pre-reading and post-reading activities is crucial to engage students actively and deepen their understanding of the text. Pre-reading activities prepare students for the reading task by activating their prior knowledge, introducing key vocabulary, and setting reading goals. These activities can include brainstorming, prediction exercises, or discussions related to the topic of the text. By building connections between the students' existing knowledge and the text, they develop a stronger foundation for reading comprehension. Post-reading activities allow students to reflect on and analyze the text they have read. These activities can include discussions, debates, or writing assignments that encourage students to express their opinions, evaluate the text's content, and make connections to their own experiences. Post-reading activities facilitate higher-order thinking skills and offer opportunities for students to develop their language fluency and analytical abilities. Now we jump to activities to improve receptive skills. Activity 1. Dictation. Read a short passage. Have learners write what they hear. Encourage them to ask for repetition and correct their own mistakes. Activity 2. Reading aloud. Reading aloud is an effective activity to improve both reading and listening skills. By reading aloud, individuals not only reinforce their reading abilities but also enhance their auditory processing skills. This activity helps develop fluency, pronunciation, and intonation, ultimately leading to better comprehension. Students can choose news articles, short stories, or even academic texts to practice reading aloud. Activity 3. Engaging in group discussions. Participating in group discussions creates an ideal environment for practicing receptive skills. By sharing ideas and listening to others' perspectives, individuals develop their listening and comprehension abilities. Group discussions also encourage critical thinking, as individuals must actively process information, evaluate arguments, and construct thoughtful responses. Engaging in such discussions regularly can significantly enhance receptive skills. And activity 4, storytelling. Encourage learners to tell stories in their own words. This helps develop their comprehension and improves their ability to express themselves verbally. Now we jump to assessment of receptive skills. Test learners' comprehension of spoken and written language using MCQs. Similarly, assess the learner's ability to understand spoken and written language in context. And lastly, test learners' ability to write down what they hear correctly. In conclusion, teaching receptive skills through reading and listening is a multifaceted process that demands careful planning and execution. By incorporating pre-reading, reading, and post-reading activities, podcast, conversation, teachers can engage students in meaningful, interactive tasks. The critical analysis, research, and evaluation fostered through reading enable students to become active readers and critical thinkers. Implementing these strategies ensures an enriching and effective learning experience in developing receptive skills.
Okay, in conclusion, reading and listening skill or receptive skills are so important when we are learning a foreign language. As a teacher, we need to find different strategies or digital resources to develop them Remember, as a teacher now, in actually we have a wide range of information or websites or apps that we can use to make our class more entertaining for our students or to make our class more enjoyable for them and encourage our students to learn a foreign language in a good way. Thank you a lot for your participation in this webinar. Thank you, Silvita, Vilmita, Dani, for your participation. It was great. And another opportunity we can find and we can share information about digital resources, and we can share with you different apps and websites that we are going to tell about them and when how you create each digital resources to adapt your students' needs. Thank you a lot and see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye, Carita. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Thank
Thank you.